I don't have too many bagless machines in my collection, but this one is a Dyson DC39. As far as I know, the 39, at least in terms of air watts, was the most powerful canister produced by Dyson. I might be wrong about that, but from what I've seen, I think it has the highest amount of air watts. It's kind of a weird design, and I know I've heard one fellow YouTuber talk about this thing and how poorly it was designed. Well, from a service point of view, yes, I can definitely say that it was. Because I did replace the HEPA filter in this thing, and getting to it was just kind of a pain. You had to take this whole assembly apart as to where, a HEPA filter would usually be accessible with just a few screws, but this is like a complete machine disassembly to get to it, and it was not a fun experience, and I hope I don't have to do it anytime soon, because that was just not fun. But I got through it, although it seemed to me like my suction actually dropped, and I'm guessing the reason for that is the suction relief valve seemed a little bit sticky when I got in there, like it was just kind of stuck in place, and I'm guessing I kind of freed it, because I remember it getting somewhere around 120, and now it's down to about 80, but you can hear the suction relief valve open now, so I'm going to guess I I fixed a problem that decreased its numbers, but oh well, it's working as it should now, I guess. But yeah, let's get on to the usual tests. Okay, right, so we'll take the airflow at the base of the machine. Now for the suction. Okay. That was unexpected. I'm thinking maybe that suction relief valve got stuck again. Well, it's not the end of the world. I actually take care of my crap. So I kind of debated whether or not to put the little angled piece on here as part of the hose, but I think I'm just going to include that as part of the wand measurements. Although I know due to the swivel joints in it, that's where we're going to end up losing some of the sealed suction. Will be like here, and the wand connections there, and yeah. But we'll just go with the end of the hose. So, let's get this started. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use this little adapter because the lock will actually get in the way of it sealing to the suction gauge. Huh. Alright, we got our wand connected as well as our handle. I've extended it out because I do that for most machines, so we'll take the airflow. Well, we haven't lost as much as I thought. Although, with the needle jumping like that, it's really hard to tell. So I thought before we go any further here, I should perhaps explain this tool a little bit. It's, I think they're referred to as clean air turbines. And if you guys have watched a fair amount of my other videos, you may have seen some turbine nozzles where it runs through the turbine, but this actually has two separate air paths. One for the cleaning air and then one for the turbine air. So this is intaking clean air versus, intaking the air from the carpet or the floor in order to run the brush. There's upsides and downsides to it, because when it seems like when they're on surfaces that they seal to, it actually will agitate better than others, but the downside to it is it doesn't have as much flow going through to the carpet, since it's diverting a fair amount of it through here. And I haven't opened this up, but an interesting thing about it is when you push this button here, it opens up this valve, and then something in here seals off, closing off the air to the turbine and diverting all the air to the floor, which prevents the brush roll from spinning when the air is cut off to the turbine. So just to give you a little example. And then we'll hit this switch. Valve opens up. And then if we hit the switch again, I don't know exactly how they do that, but obviously it's some sort of pressure seal, because there's nothing running through here that pushes anything. It's just that valve in the back. So I always thought that was kind of neat with it, but we'll get on to the airflow testing. Well, I don't know that this will seal on too well, but I wanted to prevent it from nosediving into it, so I tried putting some tape around the back of it, so hopefully this holds up. We'll do this with the brush roll on and with the brush roll off. Yeah, I'm actually getting quite a bit of air leakage around this thing, like around these parts, so suction's not really going to be measurable on this. So let's shut the brush roll off. Now we'll remeasure it. As expected, when the turbine shut off and all the air is diverted to the floor, we're going to see more of it, but with it being kind of a narrow opening, we knew some of it would be lost. So now we'll try. Still, huh? Well, there's a possibility that we're not completely sealed with this thing, because it seems like it has a fair amount of pull when it's stuck to the floor. Yeah, this is all gotta go. Maybe not as much as I thought. But I mean, it's got a little bit of lift. got a swiveling plate here too. I don't know. And we can hear that assembly closing whenever we shut the machine off. Or opening, whatever. Then... Alright, let's do this again. So we've got the brush roll on. And just for fun, let's shut it off. It really doesn't do too bad for a turbine head machine, but I still don't think they're a good replacement for an electric head.